This is Ted Kelly with Ted's Hospitality Minute. Today we've got a special guest, Andy Cajka with Southern Hospitality Group. Andy, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about you and SHG.
Good morning, Ted. Thank you very much for this invite. Great to see you. Wish it was in person, but this seems to be pretty consistent these days. We do appreciate this opportunity. Name of my company is Southern Hospitality Group, and it was formed in 1998 for the purpose of developing and managing mainly franchised hotels. We started our first franchise with Hilton Corporation, and then we moved into do some Marriott properties and approved for Hyatt properties, and then also involved with some independent development and management. Myself, I started in this business at an early age, 13, washing dishes.
Wow.
Grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and went to school to maybe get out of the restaurant business, and thought I'd go into manufacturing or into management. And that was coming out at the time of my first experience of a downturn of the recession of back in '82. And so I had an opportunity to go into the hotel business at a local Holiday Inn as a assistant food and beverage director. So that was the beginning of the hotel and hospitality career, and then was very, very fortunate to join Hyatt Hotels and have a corporate career with them and travel with various Hyatt operations twice here in Greenville, South Carolina, and also did a corporate stint with Hyatt as corporate director of rooms, which is where I was able to open 14 Hyatts and experience that side of the business. So I felt very comfortable to launch the development side. But it's been a great, enjoyable career.
Wow, awesome. So how are you guys managing these tough times right now? I'm sure you're probably dealing with it like a lot of us, right?
Well, the first thing I do is just turn the TV off, right? No, I mean, it's obviously it's a challenge for everybody, and I think the first thing is we just control what we can control,
right?
And if we look at it from that perspective, and then continue to communicate with our leadership, we are very, very blessed to have an incredible team of managers that are working closely with their associates through this time.
Right.
And then we also are fortunate to have the expertise from our brands and the guidance that they provide us. So I would say that's probably first and foremost.
Right. So I see that the states are starting to loosen some of the restrictions now. Are you guys planning? How are you strategizing on how you guys think about reopening your hotels if you've closed them? I don't know if you guys had left them open or just low occupancy levels, but as they start to loosen restrictions, how are you guys thinking about, the reopening of the hotels and kind of getting things back in the mix, so to speak?
Well, it is a challenge. It's a challenge because while there may be some federal strategies of saying here's a phase in, phase 1, 2, 3, and then that's got somewhat blurred state by state. And
Right.
So it makes it quite challenging. We only had to close one hotel, and that was by choice. Tied from a university perspective, it was just best in that situation. So we do have that one now working towards a scheduling of the reopening, but the others have stayed open. But following state guidelines has been something that we have to continue to interpret. But I do think these brands are helping us immensely with the guidelines that they're providing us.
Yeah. So do you see, I know there's going to be a lot more involved on the cleaning and how rooms get turned over and the public spaces. The cleaning strategy, are you guys thinking more? Are you guys already talking about how you're going to implement the new standards that's going to come with the, keeping the sanitizing, disinfecting, all of those good things now that we're going to have to deal with in the industry in terms of how we try to prevent the spread of, viruses and germs and things of that nature. Are you guys talking about that? What's your guys' thought there?
Without question. I mean, that is something that, the industry has always been committed to cleanliness and safety. And I think now we're just seeing an intense movement towards a sanitation and a sanitation at not just a higher level, but at a very visual level. So
Right.
that now it almost has to be in a theatrical, theater, serious, on the stage, that guests and your associates can see that you are not just cleaning at night in the third shift, that you are 24/7 out there maintaining and sanitizing these touch points, so that, again, your guests feel safe and your employees and associates feel safe.
Yeah. Are you guys seeing or have thoughts on the, I think I've seen a couple of different methods for where they were talking about using maybe these fogging devices or ultraviolet light robots, things of that nature. Have you guys put any thoughts behind? Are you guys thinking about the fogging or any thoughts on those?
Well, we have, and we continue to look at the different products. I mean, again, fortunately, not to be repetitive, but there's experts in these fields that have teamed up with, say, Marriott or Hyatt or Hilton, and whether that be through Ecolab or Lysol. And so there are protocols and there are new standards that, and training. That'll be the key. It'll be the training of how we implement these new processes. But we are testing. In fact, there's one manufacturer that took over a conference center next to one of our properties that is manufacturing equipment that we're taking a look at. But we're getting a lot of guidance on that. So
Okay.
we'll follow.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, Andy, if folks need your services, how do we find you? Where do we find Andy Cajka and SHG? Or we want to turn over some hotels to you and let you manage them? How do you do it?
Well, I appreciate that, Ted. We're on LinkedIn and Facebook, and we do have a website. But we look forward to providing any kind of guidance or assistance, because we're looking for the next phase.
All right. Well, hey, I really appreciate you giving us some time today. I'm Ted. This is another Ted's Hospitality Minute. Thanks so much for joining us, guys.